Hi everyone, today we're going to take a look at the best 1440P 144Hz monitors in the market for this year. First, we're going to show you our top 8 best picks, and we'll talk about what you should look for before buying a 1440P 144Hz monitors. You can find links to all of the products we've mentioned in this video down in the description below. Let's get started. At the first position of our list, we have Asus PG270AE27. If you've got an unlimited budget and you want the best of the best, the first option you'll want to check out is the Asus ROG PG270AE27 monitor. The PG270AE is a 2500 14440 monitor that has a 165 Hz refresh rate and a 1's response time. It's a WQHD TN panel monitor that has a slim bevel design and is G-Sync compatible. It also comes with 16.7 million display colors and a 1001 contrast ratio. It offers one DisplayPort, an HDMI port, as well as 2 USB 3.0 ports. The high price tag on this Asus 1440P 165 monitor will scare a lot of gamers away. However, if you have the budget and a high-resolution monitor that performs incredibly well is at the top of your list, the PG270AE might be worth the cost for you. Overall, this monitor is a serious financial commitment. Not only do you need a big budget in order to accommodate it, but you also need a high-end PC to run it. So, if you don't quite have the money to spend on the PG270AE or the hardware necessary to utilize it to its fullest, you might want to go with another option. Some of the budget-friendly 1440P 144Hz monitors below will give you extra to spend on hardware upgrades if necessary. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Samsung C327032. If you're looking for a large display that comes with a 1440p resolution and a 144Hz refresh rate, and you don't mind paying a premium for some nice additional features, then the Samsung C3270 might be an option you'll want to consider. The C3270 sports a 32-inch curved VA panel, a 144Hz refresh rate, a 2560 x 1440 resolution, and a 1's response time. And while there are plenty of other 1440p 144Hz FreeSync monitors out there, the C3270 stands out with its curved display, its sharp VA panel, and its 1's response time. With the VA panel, you get better viewing angles and sharper pictures without having to sacrifice on the response time, which is the case for monitors that opt for a TN panel. The one downside, though, is that at a little over $500, the C3270 is significantly more expensive than most of the other 1440p 144Hz FreeSync monitors currently on the market. But if you have large budget and you don't want to sacrifice on either your response time or your viewing angles, the C3270 makes for a compelling option when compared to the other monitors on this list. The number 3 position is held by Asus PG2727. Two of the most interesting monitors on this list are the Asus PG27 and the VIOTEK GFV20 tutor. Both are 2560x1440 monitors with curved panels. However, there are some key differences. First, Asus PG27 sports a 165 Hz refresh rate, whereas Viatech's GFV20 tutor only has a 144 Hz refresh rate. ViOTEK has the larger panel, though at 32. The PG27 is a 27 monitor. The Asus PG27 comes with a TN panel, whereas the GFV20 tutor has a VA panel. The TN panel gives the PG27 a faster response time, but the GFV20 tutor brings wider viewing angles. Also, the two monitors have different adaptive sync technologies. The PG27 is a G-Sync monitor, whereas the VIOTEK GFV20 tutor is a FreeSync monitor. So, if you want a 2560 x 1440 curved monitor with a high refresh rate, it'd be your GPU, AMD, or NVIDIA that determines which of these options you can get. And finally, perhaps the biggest difference is in price. The Asus PG27 is over $200 more experienced than the GFV20 tutor at the moment. However, part of that is that VIOTEK is a relatively unknown monitor manufacturer, and Asus brand recognition likely contributes to the higher cost. Overall, the TN panel on the Asus PG27 makes it a better option if the fastest possible response time is important to you. If it were up to me, I likely would want a little better panel for nearly $800. However, the low response time that TN panels offer will likely make the PG27 an option that pro gamers consider. And the PG27 is definitely one of the best curved gaming monitors currently on the market. Next at number 4, we have VIOTEK GFV20. VIOTEK doesn't quite pack the brand name that Asus, Acer, and BenQ do among gamers, but they have become more well-known in the past few years, and they have done so in part by offering high-quality monitors at lower prices than the bigger brands. The ViOTEK GFV20 7-DAB is no different, at a bit under $300. The GFV20 DAB is nearly the cheapest 1440P 144Hz gaming monitor available. The GFV20 DAB has a VA panel and a 1ms response time, so it is a nice budget-friendly option for gamers who prefer the faster response time over the better viewing angles of an IPS panel monitor. Ultimately, if you're looking for an affordable 2560x1440x165 monitor with a 1ms response time, this VIOTEK monitor would be a good option. The number 5 position is held by Acer Predator XB271U27. Acer's Predator XB271U27 gaming monitor is a nice alternative to Asus PG270 Acer. Like the PG270 Acer, the Acer XB271U is a 1440x27-inch monitor that comes with G-Sync technology and a high refresh rate. The Acer Predator 1440x144Hz gaming monitor also has a contrast ratio of 1001. The only really differences between the PG270 Acer and the XB271U spec-wise are the XB271, whose 144 refresh rate versus the PG270 Acer's 165 refresh rate, and the XB271's IPS panel versus the PG270 Acer's TN panel. The XB271 who can be overclocked to reach 165s, what the XB271 who has over the PG270 Acer, though, is a much lower price tag, till to $80 difference. And ultimately, there probably aren't a whole lot of gamers who will notice the difference between 144s and 165s. So, if you want to save some money without seeing a sizable performance drop, and you don't mind going for a slightly lower response time, the Acer Predator is probably your best bet. Either way you choose, though, you're going to land yourself a high-end monitor. The number 6 position is dominated by ViewSonic XG2760 160/27. The ViewSonic XG2007 160/27-inch 1440 monitor is another solid option for competitive gamers. The main standout feature on the XG2007 160 is the fact that it comes with a 165 refresh rate instead of a 144 refresh rate. And along with its 165 refresh rate, XG2007 160 comes with a 1ms response time. That is due to the fact that it comes with a faster TN panel instead of an IPS panel. And while the TN panel might not offer as good of viewing angles as an IPS panel, it will deliver a faster response time. As a comparison, the Asus PG270 Acer comes with an IPS panel and a 4ms response time, gray to gray, whereas the XG2007 160's TN panel is able to deliver a 1ms response time. The real-world difference between 1ms and 4ms isn't significant for the average user, but for ultra-competitive gamers, that small of a difference in response time can have an impact. So, the bottom line is that, if you're a serious sports gamer that needs as much performance as possible, the faster response time on the XG2007 160 might make it a better option for you than the Acer XB271. Although, even if you play sports games, but not at the upper levels of competition, the XB271 will still work just fine. The only downside of the XG2760 right now is the fact that the Asus PG270 Acer offers essentially the same specs and features while costing about $20 less. So, unless the XG2760 goes on sale, you'd probably be better off for saving a bit of cash and opting for the PG270 Acer instead. Moving on to the next at number 7 with ViewSonic Elite XG270. If you prefer a gaming monitor with native G-Sync support, check out the ViewSonic Elite XG270. Unfortunately, it doesn't support HDR like the Asus ROG XG27, but you aren't losing much because the Asus can't deliver a good HDR experience. However, it's an excellent gaming monitor with a very similar response time, and you can overclock its refresh rate up to 165 Hz. It supports the full native G-Sync experience, ensuring a consistent gaming experience at any refresh rate. It's also FreeSync compatible, though, so you don't have to worry about compatibility if you buy an AMD graphics card. As with most IPS panels, it can't produce deep blacks and has poor black uniformity, but it has wide viewing angles. Overall, the Asus and the ViewSonic are very similar. The Asus has a slight edge because it has a better response time and is cheaper. However, if you want native G-Sync support, the ViewSonic is a very good alternative. The number 8 position is held by DELL S3422. If you prefer something with better darkroom performance, then look into the DELL S3422. It has worse viewing angles and it doesn't have as many office features as the Gigabyte M34, but it has a higher native contrast for deeper blacks. It has all the same great gaming features, like FreeSync VRR support with G-Sync compatibility. However, the G-Sync support has a bug where it doesn't work properly if the frame rate of your game is above 60 FPS. It has low input lag for responsive gaming, and it has a quick response time, so you won't notice motion blur. However, the response time in dark transitions is slow, which causes black smearing in dark scenes and is typical of VOP panels. If you want the best ultra-wide 1440x144Hz monitor, the Gigabyte is a great choice. If you tend to game in a dark room, check out the DELL. That's all for today. We upload computer and accessories product review videos every single day, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the upcoming video notification.